We welcome you to ACC Women's Basketball in the Bay Area. A top 25 showdown on the docket tonight from Haas Pavilion in Berkeley, as 21st ranked North Carolina State visits 24th ranked California. Hi everybody, glad you're with us alongside Ashley Jones and Lasia Clarendon. I'm Chris Sylvester. Before we dig into this ranked-on-ranked matchup tonight, we want to send our best out to those that are dealing with the horrific tragedy, the wildfires in Southern California. And we can only hope that our game tonight can serve as a minuscule distraction to those that are dealing with unimaginable circumstances.
Yeah, from Southern California myself, sending love and prayers to all my family down there.
I just love that sports can be a bit of a distraction in such a hard time.
Here on the hardwood tonight, it's the first top 25 showdown in Haas Pavilion on the women's side since December of 2018, and the Golden Bears ranked in the top 25 a fourth straight week, in large part to their victory Sunday at SMU. Marta Suarez was terrific.
She's one of the reasons Cal can play their 4-out, 1-in style of offense. 19 points, 3 for 3 from the three-point line.
And then you have Kaylee Williams, who's the head of the snake for this Cal team. She's their floor general, their facilitators, and she's a shifty guard who can break down her defender and score one-on-one and create her own shot.
And on the other side, Sanaya Rivers is one of the hardest players right now in the country to keep out of the paint. She had a big game, 23 points, 11 rebounds against Boston College. Cal has to keep her off the free throw line if they want to win tonight.
And when Isaiah James gets hot, she is absolutely unstoppable. She has a scorer's mentality, and her ability to shoot the three with range and get to the rim allows her to score in bunches, and she has the size and strength to be a factor on the boards.
Well, Charmin Smith enjoying her best season at the helm of this Cal women's basketball program. It's year 5 for the ex-Stanford Cardinal great, off to a 14-2 start this season. Was an assistant at 12 seasons for Cal before she was elevated back in 2019. Wes Moore took this NC State program to their second Final Four in program history just a season ago. Ball up, game on, and the California Golden Bears win the opening tap, which is usually not much of a statistic to talk about, but Cal's 11-1 this season when they have the first possession. And Ioana Kremili lights the lamp with a layup in the low post. NC State, a good mix of returners and newcomers from that Final Four squad a season ago. The Wolfpack one and done on their first possession. Quick trigger, and Lou Twydale connects on a three.
You got Kremili getting a paint touch first possession of the game, and then Lou hitting a three. That's what the Bears, that's how you want to start.
That is absolutely the start that they wanted for this game.
A tough bucket inside Zoe Brooks as the first points for NC State tonight. Sophomore from Plainfield, New Jersey, recorded a triple-double earlier this season. First since 2001 for this Wolfpack program. NC State off to a 3-0 start in the ACC as Marta Suarez with the finish at the rim.
Love the footwork, the step through. Me and Ashley over here bumping each other, doing the move.
Brooks pulls up at the elbow, missed it off the side of the iron. Ioana Kremili grabs the miss for California. The Bears unbeaten at home, 9-0, as they missed their first shot. Brooks across the floor. A good look for Isaiah James, and she buries the three.
And we talked about it in the open. Isaiah has the ability to shoot the long-range three, and if she can get going, she goes in bunches.
James now just 4 points shy of 1,200 for her career. ACC first teamer a season ago. Onya, the turnaround right-hand hook off the heel, taken by Sanaya Rivers. NC State put together one of its better performances of the season Sunday at home against Boston College, 91-52 against an Eagles squad that was in the top 60 of the net. Onya again, and had it altered by the 6'6" freshman Tilda Trieger, who's starting her third straight game.
Kayla just straight up. Twydale, you can see her pointing. Shoot the ball, you're wide open. That is her corner. And Suarez can put the ball on the floor. So dynamic, the step through there with contact and the finish.
And it wiggles out for Hayes on the straightaway attempt, but it hit off the sneaker of Kayla Williams. It'll give NC State another opportunity on this trip. Wolfpack and Golden Bears meeting for the first time ever on the hardwood tonight. And you'll get a whole lot of that with California and Stanford and SMU in their first ACC seasons.
You're going to get some fun new matchups in the conference. It's a historic, amazing conference. It's awesome to see NC State on Cal's campus.
Three ball pops out for Hayes, saved in by California. Nice hustle from Twydale to keep the possession with the Golden Bears. Twydale steps through, and that's an offensive foul. Isaiah James absorbing the contact for NC State.
And you see just Isaiah James just stands in there, takes that hit full force. That one's gotta hurt, but I like the grit to just stand in there and take that.
And I like that Lulu's putting the ball on the floor, not settling for threes. So you're seeing offense and defense challenge right now.
Rivers misses the pull-up, and a foul on the floor. We'll keep it here with NC State. It's on Michelle Onya picking up her first tonight. Was in some foul trouble at SMU Sunday. Only played 14 minutes in that game.
Me and Ashley were talking about it before we came on. We said that's one of the stats. We need Michelle. Cal needs Michelle to stay out of foul trouble.
They absolutely do, and they have a little bit of a size advantage down there, and for her to be on the court is going to be so important.
Offensive foul on Isaiah James. Pushing off before pulling up.
Great defense, Kayla Williams there. Yep. That's full extension. That's really good defense.
And that's going to be key for Cal, is they're really going to have to lock down, get in a stance, and guard the basketball. This NC State team likes to break you down on offense, so they're going to have to guard tonight.
Williams feeds Suarez on the interior, partially blocked. She recalibrates. Crumneely with a quick trigger. Suarez again on the offensive glass, and it's knocked away by Rivers, who's widely regarded as one of the best two-way players in this conference. And a foul behind the play as Suarez held on to Rivers.
Suarez and Rivers were getting after it underneath the basket. Rivers has such length to block a post player like that, and the ability. Marta getting a little frustrated, getting a little tangled. I like the spiciness. We like to see it.
We talked about all these new matchups in the ACC. It's an opportunity for new rivalries to come about some of these matchups.
That's giving a new personal one-on-one rivalry and potential. Keep an eye out.
NC State 7 straight victories into this matchup after a 4-3 start to the season. James peels back and missed the three, taken by Suarez inside. Outlet pass, Twydale. Off the heel. Williams, loose ball, and the loose change.
And you know, both of these teams play so up-tempo. They both play really fast, but Cal has controlled the tempo so far. For two teams that get up and down, Cal's really controlled the tempo early because they're working the ball in and out.
Rivers layup spins off the cylinder. Now, NC State, they've missed their last 6 shots from the field. Suarez, book it.
You got to stop the ball, and when you have a 4 player who can bring the ball up, that's what makes Cal so dangerous and Marta Suarez so dangerous.
Marta Suarez cashing in her 24th triple of the season. Been in double figures 10 times this year. It won't go for Trieger, but free throws on the way for the freshman.
Marta up, Lulu with the 3-point shot, and just Williams staying around. I love it. Feisty, small guard, but getting in there, capitalizing.
Tilda Trieger had a season and career high 10 points Sunday against Boston College. Mentioned this is her 3rd straight start after coming off the bench the first 2 months of the season. Mallory Collier was the starting center for NC State, and that's where they feel like they've had their biggest loss from that Final Four team a season ago. Mimi Collins, River Baldwin both graduating, and Wes Moore still trying to get comfortable with what he has in the low post tonight.
He said it's almost not fair to have to throw them out there, but they're going to get to learn. So if 3 freshmen are getting an opportunity to learn, you know, trial by fire. Opportunity is everything.
Gabrielle Abigor foul away from the basketball as Cal turns it over for the first time tonight. Golden Bears trying to stay perfect here at home and doubling up North Carolina State halfway through this opening quarter. It's Brooks missing the southpaw flip. Trieger's putback, no. Another one, yes. Well, that 6'6" size providing some problems right now for California, trying to snag down defensive rebounds.
And Zoe Brooks driving to the basket, right, forces the help, and then that's where Tilda can just capitalize on her size.
Williams misfires from the outside. Another early rebound for the 6'6" freshman from Sweden, Tilda Trieger. She's got some international experience. Williams nearly poked it away from Brooks. Trieger, baseline, on target.
And that's what she does. She has the ability to knock down that 15-foot jumper, and she can score around the rim, so you really have to guard her anywhere on the court.
Really off balance. How many tough shots like that have we seen her put in this season?
Quite a few, and I love them every single time. I love her at the three-point line. I think every Cal fan does. But when you can get into the paint, people cannot only guard you one way. So I love seeing Yo get downhill like that.
The 6th-year senior approaching some elite company in what she's done as a perimeter shooter. But both of her field goals have been of the 2-point variety tonight. Trieger recovers down to 5 to shoot. Brooks falling away, high off the glass and in.
I mean, the touch, she just throws it right up there off that box. That's the money spot. Able to get in there, take a bit of contact, and still finish around the rim.
It was a great finish.
Now, Wes Moore calls Zoe Brooks the most entertaining player on the roster from Mealy wide right on a deep 3-point attempt. Boy, Trieger already 4 rebounds in this game for NC State. An open look for Rivers, and she cashes in. Wolfpack in front.
That's a good look for Rivers, and I talked to Coach Westmore. What are Sanaya Rivers' growth areas? And he talked about consistently knocking down the 3, consistently playing defense, and that's something pro scouts are looking at for her, to play both sides of the ball and her ability to stretch the floor.
Anastasia Drushuni, who had her best game of the season Sunday at SMU, is in off the bench for California. Suarez missing inside. Sanaya Rivers, who was an All-American last season for what she did on the defensive end. It's a Hayes 3 off the right side of the rim. This is NC State's first lead of this opening quarter. Both teams wouldn't mind a whistle here to take a quick stoppage. Suarez into Abigor, and she missed the turnaround. Boy, you can't teach size, and right now, Tilda Trieger is altering just about every low post attempt from Cal.
It absolutely makes a difference. I mean, she sticks her hands up, and that's going to alter a shot around the rim, a shot on the perimeter. Either way, she's altering shots. That makes a difference having her out there on the floor.
And she's not fouling, right? Even if she's altering, she's not always getting the block.
Hayes knocks down the 3.
And Madison Hayes is shooting 39% from the 3-point line. She has the ability to knock it down and do it often.
8 straight for NC State. Cal looking for its first points in more than 2 minutes. It's off the sneaker of Trieger and mercifully takes us to our first time out of the night. 90 seconds left on this opening quarter clock. NC State 8 straight to take a late opening quarter lead. All right, here's a look at Saturday's ACC Network men's basketball tripleheader. Clemson hosting Florida State at Littlejohn to start us off at 2 Eastern. Then North Carolina, NC State square off in Raleigh, followed by Virginia Tech and Cal here in Berkeley. Should be a great afternoon and evening of hoops on ACC Network. This one of 4 top 25 showdowns around women's college basketball tonight. This is always a fun time of year, and anytime you have 2 powers like this linking up, it doesn't matter what time of year it is. Yes, it's early January, but this game gives us a March type of feel.
Absolutely. This is conference title already on the line. Every game matters.
It's California basketball out of the timeout. Suarez high off the glass. The ball tapped around skyward and recovered by the Golden Bears. How important is it going to be for Cal to take advantage of second chances tonight?
I mean, it's going to be huge. Anytime they can get a shot around the rim off of a missed shot, they're going to have an advantage. So they have to get in there and crash the boards.
And Neely stepped out of bounds. So NC State, after California shined the first 4 minutes of this opening quarter, they've strung together a 13-2 stretch here.
And I think one of the things is it looks like NC State's switching 1 through 4, especially switching Rivers, who's out right now, onto Marta Suarez, and that's not an advantage. We've seen Marta take advantage of smaller guards, but because NC State's guards have the size, that has nullified her essentially in the last few possessions.
And when Marta's gone in to score around the rim, it's been like just a straight layup. If she can get in there, come to 2 feet, jump stop, maybe give a pump fake and up and under, get her defender off balance, and then score around the rim, that is what's going to benefit her versus just shooting a straight layup.
Exactly. I would love to see Kayla Williams get going here, too.
Mallory Collier has checked in for NC State. First rest for Tilda Trieger tonight. Shot clock into single digits. Rivers to the tin, put too much on it. Collier on the offensive glass.
And that's the classic assist off the backboard. Rivers to the rim, doesn't finish, but her teammate gets the easy elbow and putback.
That help side defender has to come over and help, and then leaves her wide open. Someone has to hit that drop, box out on the other end. Otherwise, she's just going to continue to have that putback around the rim.
And that drop box out is against a 6'3" Mallory Collier. So that's a guard in there trying to box her out, and she's doing a good job holding her position.
Onya fouled inside, and that's 2 quick ones on Collier. And here comes Trieger right back into the game.
We might have a battle of the post players who can stay out of foul trouble, the best who stay in the game.
Hear me out here. I know both teams are guard heavy, super talented guards, but I think it's going to come down to the post players tonight.
Vermeely has not found one yet from distance. She's missed her first 4 attempts. Now the shot clock dark. NC State can hold for the final attempt of our opening quarter here in Berkeley. First ranked on ranked matchup in this building on the women's side since top-ranked UConn was here in December 2018. Down to 5 seconds. Quigley, the freshman, into the paint, has it knocked away, and a takeaway for Cal is how the opening quarter closes. But NC State scores the final 10 points of the quarter, and the 21st ranked Wolfpack have a 6-point lead on a Thursday night in the Bay.
Welcome back to Berkeley. NC State up 6 on the Golden Bears. We're going to look at an action here that was working for Cal against SMU with Marta Suarez specifically, but she had a post guarding her. You see the screen is about to happen. The guard goes underneath. Suarez knocks it down. The problem tonight, though, is how good Rivers has been guarding her. Another way she's been able to score is with a size difference. So taking the switch down low, working it, and her pace and timing, her ability to spin off and finish against smaller defenders is what makes her so good. But as I mentioned tonight, Rivers is guarding her, so she does not have that size advantage. They have to find different ways for her to get creative and score.
Yeah, Sanaya is 6'1", long and athletic. She is a great defender, and she gives her the offensive player fits. She makes them uncomfortable, and it's hard to get around her.
Let's see if Cal can iron out some of its offensive woes. Just 6 for 19 from the field, and didn't score the final 4 minutes of that opening quarter. Isaiah James has the first points of the second, and it's now a dozen straight for NC State.
I like putting Jaden Noble in the game. She's guarding Rivers right now, and see if NC State matches up differently right now with Hayes on Suarez, so that might be an ability to take advantage there. And Noble can hopefully wear Rivers down for Cal.
First points tonight for Michelle Onya, who's in her 5th season with this program. 122nd game in a Golden Bear uniform tonight. Trieger. And it bounces out.
Again, just gets that Zaya James coming off that curl screen, gets a step on her defender, finishes around the rim. That's a great play for her to get 2 feet in the paint and score around the basket.
Golden Bears just 2 of their first 8 from 3. But for Neely, all 3 of her field goals this opening half have looked like that.
It seems like NC State's game plan is make Cremili score in the paint 2 by 2 by 2. And if she has to have 22 points tonight on that many field goals, that's what she's going to have to do.
Joanna Cremili, top 5 in the country in 3-point attempts and 3-point makes. And now an offensive foul on NC State.
This is just a simple handoff. Great screen by Marta to get her hit. 2 feet, stopping. That's like that little floater shot.
And you see a little miscommunication by the defense right there. You got 2 players on one. They got to talk through that screen, stay, switch, whatever they're going to do. You got to talk it through with your teammate.
Do you think it was a switch, but she got nailed like one of those?
It looked like it was supposed to be a switch.
They'll see it on film.
Tilda Trieger picked up that most recent foul on NC State. So we see the first minutes tonight for the 6'5" Lorena Awu, with Collier and Trieger now in some first half foul trouble. Suarez baseline, top side Cremili. She'll reset, shot clock down to 5. Deep 3, on target. 390 for Cremili.
Bang, bang, bang. And that's what she can do with not a lot of space.
And just like that, 7 straight for Cal within a point here. Awu, too strong. Noble the rebound. Cremili steps back. Misses from the baseline, taken by James. NC State 33 fast break points in that win Sunday over Boston College, but James whistled for the carryover.
Cremili taking her time, backing it out, calling for a ball screen. If you're going to switch guard to guard, you have to switch up. She does not need much space. That had to feel good to see one go down for her.
Absolutely. And that was from the other end of the Haas Pavilion sign on the floor right there.
That's why they call Cremili and Twydale the Splash Sisters around these parts.
And that's a well-earned nickname for those 2.
It's just a Bay Area thing. And California gives it right back. Jada Noble picking up the foul away from the basketball. Cremili and Twydale, by far the best 3-point shooting duo in the country.
That's fun to see. That's one of the best duos I think Cal's ever had. It's really exciting to see this Bears team.
They're both captains on this team, and Charmin Smith says having those 2 in the locker room, win or lose, makes her job a lot easier.
And Twydale's only a sophomore.
Yeah, and Coach Smith feels like there are others that can lead as NC State turns it over again. But it's nice to have some extra voices in there beyond the head coach herself.
Absolutely. Actually, we know that. We've played. You need those people. It cannot only come from the coach.
And that's what makes a great basketball team, is having players who can give a taste of what the head coach is, but in the locker room when there's no coaches around, get after it, get on your teammates, but still, you know, keep them up and keep the vibes up.
More contact as bodies hit the floor underneath the free throw line, and Marta Suarez will be called for an offensive foul.
A lot of bodies moving. Like Suarez. Oh, good job by James, just keeping her body between the basket and the defender and not letting, and then Marta just ran through her.
And she's not afraid to get in there and take it. That's the 2nd time tonight that she stood in there and took a charge down there.
NC State all of a sudden hasn't scored in more than 3 minutes. James missing the step back.
That's not the best shot for NC State there when you're trying to end the run either.
Not right now. That's a shot that Zaya James can hit, but right now when you're trying to end a run, like you said, and then Marta Suarez comes down and knocks down the 3, that's what you call a shot turnover. You come down on one end, you take not the best shot, and then the other team comes down and knocks it down first play.
Exactly. 10 straight for Cal to go back in front on Suarez' 2nd long-range make tonight. Rivers, no good. Suarez again. Hits the three.
Woo, and then threw up the celebration with it. Feeling good.
Suarez, a perfect start from long range. 3 opening half triples.
Who's not guarding Suarez right now? Rivers.
Trieger whistled for traveling. Another NC State turnover.
Just comes down, yeah, pops to the corner. That's way too much room for a shooter like Suarez. Hands not really in her face. She's gonna knock that down, and then again, almost the same spot. Defender steps down on the screen. Nothing but net.
Great job by Jaden Noble. No one's guarding her, so she goes to screen, and then there's no defender to step her out.
Marta Suarez cannot miss. Timeout, NC State.
Suarez, 3 for 3. It's like they forgot the scouting report. She is a shooter. You have to guard her. Lighting it up. Bears up 8.
I'm a boss and I always win. Everything done is a perfect 10. So when it comes to the bar, it's higher than it's ever been. Rise high, nails it. Raising the bar.
It is a 10, perfect 10.
Raising the bar. Raising the bar.
Well, the first of 3 quad meets this weekend in Oklahoma City starts Friday night, 9 Eastern on the ACC Network with Clemson, NC State, Arizona, and Michigan State. Then Saturday, look at that lineup at 4 Eastern on ABC, 8 Eastern on ESPN2, respectively. And the teams will be competing in 4 skills: bars, beam, vaults, and floor. You won't want to miss some of the best on the mats here early in 2025. Some of the best women's basketball on the docket tonight, and like a couple of heavyweight fighters. Each team has delivered a first half blow. Right now, California 16 straight points. Rivers steps into a clean look, another miss. NC State has not scored in almost 5 minutes.
Can they get a score and stop the run? I think Cal came out in zone there, gave him a different look, probably had a man play set up. That's just one easy way to try and steal a possession.
Noble out of the high post. Attacks and kicks. Suarez a perfect 4 for 4 from distance. Now Cremili crosses over off 1 foot. Does not draw iron, and time expires on the shot clock. A nice defensive stand for NC State out of the Westmore timeout.
You might get tired of hearing me say it, but Rivers was the closeout there on Marta Suarez. Is all in her shorts. Is not going to give her the closeout we saw in one of the replays. So that continues to be a matchup to keep an eye out for.
Trieger from straight away knocks down the 3.
And that's in her bag. That shot is absolutely in her bag. She can knock it down from 3. She'll hit the 15-footer and score around the rim. She's a post player you have to guard all over the court.
Abigor misses, gets it back and scores.
Again, Tilda's size affecting the first shot, but Abigor doing a great job sustaining that second offensive rebound.
First points off the bench for the freshman from nearby Walnut Creek. Right now, NC State trying to figure out some continuity on this end. Rivers leaning in and draws contact. A couple of free throws on the way for the senior.
Great drive there, Dish. First shot affected, but she's so relentless at following her shot attempts.
And Tilda Trieger, as the post player, you see they're jumping together. Abigor is too athletic. You can't jump with her. You got to put a body on her and box her out and push her back.
So hard to do when you're affecting that first shot because your hand's already in the air, but that discipline to then get down and try and get a box out on a body.
Sanaya Rivers puts in the first of 2 free throws. 3rd season with the Wolfpack after a nice national title winning campaign as a freshman at South Carolina. 1 for 2 on the free throws. California has dominated this second quarter to the tune of an 18-6 Golden Bears advantage. Michelle Onya back in the game. Blocked by Trieger, And now has her pocket picked by James as Onya commits her second opening half foul.
But grad senior against freshman, Tilda just does a great job staying on her feet, using her length. And then who's in there? Isaiah James getting in there, gritty, getting her hand on the ball, forcing a foul on Onya.
One thing about those NC State guards, they are going to play defense.
Westmore calls this backcourt the backbone of this team. Thrown away. Williams picks it up and scores on the fast break. You can always count on that extra hustle from Kayla Williams. Cal wanted a foul on NC State as Williams was knocked to the floor.
That was a good no call.
Brooks off the bounce, corkscrews, and it bounces back. A 5-on-4 for Cal if they wish. Kremili for three. And chased down by Hayes. Brooks, short jump shot is pure.
That's got to be good for them to see Zoe Brooks get one to go in. She's someone who can really get going as well. Got to be a good time for her to see the ball go through the net.
And that's Cal just not getting back and matching up. That's too easy of a bucket.
Kremili given space, but wave it off. Gabrielle Abigor picking up the foul as Cal gives it back.
And what I said about NC State, one thing about those Cal guards, they're going to play defense too. Williams gets down there, gets the run out in transition, knocks down the layup. I love the defensive intensity in this game from both teams so far.
It's electric in here. It's giving already like March. It's giving that tournament energy. Both these teams want to win bad.
Trigger off the feed from Rivers, couldn't finish it. Here comes Suarez for the Golden Bears. Kremili slashes inside, falling away. Couldn't kiss it in off the window.
That would have been a nice finish.
James lets it fly and knocks down the three.
Isaiah James, she's going to knock down that three ball even if there's a hand in her face. Such a quick release and does a great job getting that shot off over the taller Marta Suarez.
And missed layups are also like turnovers and lead to shots like that.
NC State now 5 of 13 from the perimeter as a team. James owns 2 of those makes to bring her up to 50 triples on the season. Williams the spin. High off the glass and give her one on the house.
And one.
Put her in the spin cycle. One move, spin at the elbow, finish with the left hand. Woo!
Oh my God, it's the scoop finish too. Right there, one hand on it, over Tilda, high off the glass.
Are you dizzy? I'm a little dizzy. I'm a little dizzy over here.
I wonder if you're hurting because I keep pushing you. I'm so excited about the moves and the talent of women's basketball right now and seeing some of these moves they do. We weren't doing those in college. We weren't learning this type of wide finish, scoop finish. The game is just growing so well.
And Kayla Williams, who's enjoying her first season in Berkeley after 2 years at USC, 3 years at UC Irvine, misses the free throw. Brooks, a blur on the move, but couldn't finish it underneath.
Great job not fouling by Cal there.
Williams misses the step back. Collier with her 2 fouls is back in the game. Final 40 seconds of our opening half. Brooks almost looked like she had initiated the contact there, but instead Anastasia Droshuni whistled for the foul.
Great drive there, going for the dribble handoff, and then she does the push through dribble, draws the contact by pushing her body. That's sometimes you only get the foul call if you're the one initiating the contact.
Zoe Brooks, all ACC freshman team last season, was an ESPN top 10 recruit in the 2023 class. Marta Suarez and her sharp shooting back in the game. She's got 4 first-half threes to lead this 36-point effort for California on their home floor. Williams in no hurry as Zoe Brooks picks her up defensively. Williams knocks down the 3.
Okay, we got to play, but I'm going to go ahead and take this one. I got this.
With authority. Great help.
Final seconds of the half. Hayes misses the baseline jump shot. And a strong close to the opening 20 for the California Golden Bears. They put together 25 points in tonight's second quarter.
For me, Lee, behind the screen when you don't switch, it's back and forth, punch for punch with these teams, but Cal doing a great job in that second quarter, finishing out with that 3 from Kayla Williams.
Thursday night in the Bay Area, we're in Berkeley for a top 25 showdown inside Haas Pavilion. California fueled by a 25-point second quarter, up 6 at the break over NC State. Glad you're with us with Ashley Jones, Lasia Clarendon. I'm Chris Sylvester. Fun opening half of hoops, kind of what we expected. Both teams had their moments, but California, they got the last laugh of that final 10-minute stretch of the opening half.
Yeah, it's been such a game of runs. It's been punch back. Cal, though, fortunately for them, finished strong.
62% from the three-point line in the second half for Cal and 58% for the quarter. Impressive.
All right, let's roll the tape from the opening 2 quarters between the Wolfpack and the Golden Bears. And early on, NC State's defense really frustrated California.
Their length and athleticism really gives the offensive team fits. They are just going to get after it. They're scrappy. They're getting their hands on the balls. They're creating turnovers. They make it difficult on teams to score.
And then Cal on the other end has done what they do, knocks down 3-point shots. They've also gotten to the paint, but they've knocked down what they're good at. It's a little bit of everybody. We've seen Kayla get one. We've seen Marta get quite a few of them. 3 in a row, matter of fact.
Suarez on 4 of the 7 California 3-point makes in that opening half. Golden Bears, after struggling to make shots in that opening quarter, wound up 44% from the field. They averaged more than 10 made threes per game. That's 6th most in the country. And California also won in paint points that opening half. How does NC State get back on track scoring the basketball these final 2 quarters?
They need to create offense from their defense. That's where they thrive, on the defensive end, and they haven't really been able to kind of create those turnovers that they did in that first quarter and go down and score. They're so vicious in transition, but a lot of that comes from their defense, and Cal has done a great job of taking care of the basketball, getting great shots, and limiting NC State from getting up and down the court. So they got to get going in transition and get some stops on the defensive end.
And it's actually what Coach Westmore talked about, was his team's ability to sustain the defensive effort. And when Marta Suarez hit those 3 threes, it was off of lackadaisical closeouts, miscommunications on switches. It wasn't anything remarkable or amazing, right? It was just miscommunication.
NC State picked to finish 2nd in the ACC preseason poll behind Notre Dame. Hannah Hidalgo currently has that Irish program 3rd in the country. See how low California was picked. And well, Charmin Smith trying to get this Golden Bears program to the big dance for the first time in her tenure. And there were a lot of question marks surrounding this Golden Bears team coming into the season, the continuity and how everything come together with the mix of returners and newcomers. And my goodness, I mean, this is one of Cal's best starts in the last couple of decades, what they've put together, this 14-2 record. And should they add a victory tonight, you get very close to saying that, boy, that resume is going to be undeniable to turn down 2 months from now.
Exactly, and that's what's so great about them being in the ACC right now, is you're going to play top 25 competition almost night in and night out. You get those opportunities to build that resume for the tournament.
Now, this would fall in the quad 1 category should California hold on, but just a 6-point lead here for the Golden Bears with one more half of basketball to go. NC State, we mentioned 7 straight wins for this Wolfpack team after a 4-3 start. Well, those losses, South Carolina, LSU, TCU, 3 top 10 teams. So no bad losses on the resume. This certainly wouldn't be one, but this is NC State's opportunity to get a feel for what this new ACC travel feels like. California just endured it last week, going to Clemson, then Dallas to battle SMU before coming home.
Yep, and Clemson came out and punched Cal. They had the energy. They had what Cal has tonight against NC State. They know what it takes to win. Having that experience was a little bit of a wake-up call for them of how good this conference is.
Yeah, in a close game, so it's going to be who can sustain the energy, who can sustain the intensity for this second half of the basketball game.
NC State will wrap up its Bay Area road trip and visit Stanford on Sunday afternoon. They'll go inside to Suarez, weaving through traffic, and she missed it. Last touched by NC State. Second bite at the apple for Cal.
And I like that move. She gets down there. We talked about it earlier. She was just going for a straight layup. She gets down there in the paint. She's patient. She backs down her defender, pump fake, up and under, goes to the other side of the rim. She misses a shot, but that's a great move down there on the block for her.
Suarez already a double-double through one half with 14 points and 10 boards. Kramili missing the teardrop. Onya on the offensive glass has the stick back.
That's 3-shot opportunity for Cal on that possession. They're making the most of those offensive boards right now.
Hayes missing from the outside. Schrager keeps it on this end. And Brooks spilled. Schrager scores. Oh, Brooks is in some pain, and they'll stop play.
Looked like a great wall up from Michelle Onya. Great cut by James there. Wow. Good job by Michelle Onya going straight up and down, though. The verticality, if you're in the circle, leave your feet straight up and down.
Both teams adding some second chance points on their inaugural third quarter buckets. Suarez has her pocket picked by Madison Hayes. A 2-on-1, and Rivers lays it in.
That's what we talked about coming back from the break. NC State creating turnovers. That is when they're most vicious, is when they can turn you over. Cal has to take care of the basketball and get great shots just like that from Michelle Onya.
Well, Michelle Onya has the first 2 Golden Bear buckets out of the break.
And that was her positioning. She buried tilted down low and then went right through her chest.
Rivers skips it. Schrager. Tapped out to Hayes. She'll settle for the elbow jump shot. Another offensive rebound. James inside couldn't put it in, and it will stay with the Wolfpack.
Michelle Onya, great post up. Look at her working down low. Nice one dribble straight at her chest, the baby hook. That's a really pretty move.
Well, offensive rebounds has been the big theme coming out of the break. And so are the second chance points as Isaiah James hits the baseline jump shot.
And on that last possession, Lulu and Kramili are halfway to half court, leaking out. They have to rebound. You cannot leave your guards, your post players, to do all the rebounding, and Kayla Williams.
Williams off the glass and in. She has used the window to perfection tonight. The lead grows back to 6 for California. 11 points for Williams to go along with 5 assists. It's Brooks. And a Suarez rebound for the Golden Bears. Williams stops and starts. Walled off by Madison Hayes. And California will reset. Twydale recovers. Suarez falling away.
I was waiting for them to make that recognition that Brooks was on Suarez that entire possession.
NC State turns it over.
Again, just breaks down her defender, gets in the paint, finishes on the taller defender. That's 6'3" that Kayla Williams is going up against, and still has that nice touch on the glass. So impressive.
Each side 6 points apiece to lift the lid off the third quarter. Lulu Twydale money.
Lulu has been waiting for that. I just know she was waiting for that moment. She spent most of the first half on the bench. As soon as she saw the light of day, that ball was going up.
And she's got fresh legs. She only played 5 minutes with that foul trouble.
Rivers connects on the short jump shot. Well, Sanaya Rivers can elevate and hang for a while before she releases her short jumpers. Pramili finds Onya underneath for 2 more.
Now that's the senior taking advantage of the freshman down low, taking advantage of maybe the endurance, right, ability to play at a high level where Tilda will grow. Michelle right now is taking advantage of that.
Rivers, a perfect pocket pass to Isaiah James.
Ooh, Sanaya Rivers' floor vision is so impressive. I mean, she will drop that ball on a dime, gets it right to Isaiah James. Nice finish around the rim.
Which often, sometimes scorers can be so tunnel vision, so it's such a skill set to have a scorer who can also make those reads.
Williams. Trieger in between a couple of Golden Bears. And a foul on California.
Lulu Williams with the pin down. Michelle, great screen. A little bit of a flop there. Lulu wide open. And then Michelle Onya taking advantage of the freshman, doing what she needs to do to help these Cal Bears stay in front.
Suarez just picked up her 3rd foul. And Noble and Abigor have checked in for Coach Smith. James fades, fires, and fills it up.
Stop, pop, rides above the defender. Money.
That was a good lead pass, but Abigor couldn't reel it in as California turns it over again.
I mean, just rises over Kayla Williams. Just stop, pop, turn. Woo, money. That's nice.
Mouse in the house, guard to guard, but she's got the size and the length.
Pramili making Rivers uncomfortable. She'll hand off to James. Trieger drives, got a step on Abigor, but couldn't lay it in. There comes Williams. Noble gliding into the paint. Abigor off the window and in.
Cal just doing a great job getting paint touches, and they're so active around the rim. If it's not a pull-up jumper, you got a post player finishing around the rim. I mean, they're just moving so well within their offense right now.
4 points off the bench for Gabrielle Abigor. Some valuable reserve minutes for the 6'3" freshman. And Trieger had it altered by Abigor and throws it to Williams. Abigor impacting on both ends. Williams weaves in, could not scoop it home.
NC State needs a high-quality shot right now. They can lull themselves into playing too much one-on-one and taking tough shots. So they need a good offensive shot right here.
Brooks gets a step, stops and starts through the contact. She finishes off the glass.
And that was a one-on-one shot, but there was movement within the offense. They made the defense shift, and then Zoe Brooks is able to get an advantage on the left side of the floor and knock down that jumper. So that's a great shot for them.
10 points for Zoe Brooks as Rivers grabs the miss inside. Here comes Brooks again, putting the dribble behind her back. Trieger, trailer 3. Yes!
Another good shot for them with Tilda taking her time, knocking down a good wide open shot off of a paint touch.
And Trieger, talk about a stretch forward at 6'6", has nailed 2 threes tonight. And NC State back within 2. Pramili left alone. Too strong. Noble on the offensive glass. A second effort for Cal.
We said it's been a game of runs, punches all night. One team punches, the other one punches back.
Pramili. Tapped around, Rivers recovers. Pramili has not been herself from long range. 1 for 9 as Rivers misses the leaner. Williams zigzags and throws it away. Here comes James with a head of steam. Noble knocked down, and she'll be whistled for the foul. 2-point game in this top 25 showdown from Berkeley. The California Golden Bears in front of the NC State Wolfpack on a Thursday night from Haas Pavilion. Here's a look at Saturday's ACC Network men's basketball tripleheader. Clemson hosting Florida State at Littlejohn to start us off at 2 Eastern, followed by North Carolina and NC State in Raleigh. Finally, Virginia Tech visits California. It should be a great afternoon and evening of hoops on ACC Network. Here on ACC Network Extra. 24th ranked California by 2 over 21st ranked NC State. Wolfpack and Golden Bears on the women's side, meeting for the first time ever on the hardwood. Yeah, NC State basketball out of the timeout, just outside of 2 minutes to play in this third quarter. Brooks gets by Cramili and wraps it in to tie the game.
Zoe Brooks so good at creating her own shot, staying low to the ground on that crossover and getting to the other side of the rim.
Twydale from the corner, connects for 3.
Lulu, I know she, oh man, that corner 3 is her money spot. And for her to be able to come in after sitting most of the first half with foul trouble, that's huge. A lot of players struggle coming back after foul trouble. They can't really get into a rhythm. She hasn't missed a beat here.
This is Brooks missing wide right. Onya back in the game and snares the miss. So California nearing their average. A little more than 10 made threes per game. They've knocked down 9 in 22 tries. You knew their perimeter shooting would have to be good tonight to hang around with NC State. Cramili puts it on the deck, finds a seam, kicks it out. Twydale short. Onya, a second effort. Cramili. Yes!
You see NC State there switch to a zone. It's hard to rebound in a zone. And really, if you're not guarding who you're supposed to guard, they're going to shoot the lights out in a zone as well. So really just a tough possession there. Cal taking advantage on the second chance opportunity.
You got to work twice as hard in the zone. Zone is not a resting defense.
Absolutely
you have to guard.
I'd say Cramili, shooters are told to keep shooting. Just 2 for 10 tonight, but she shot that one like she was 10 for 10.
And before that, she got into the paint, found Lulu. Lulu missed the shot, then an O-board, then Lou finds her in the corner. So Cramili still getting into the paint, which is what I love to see.
Cramili has 12 points for the game. Shot clock down to 5 for Williams. Lead pass. Onya floats it in.
The pass, the catch, and the finish. All 3 impressive.
And just like that, California builds this lead back to 8 with 8 straight points the last 2 minutes. NC State can hold for the final attempt of the quarter. Rivers up top. Collier plays it back to Rivers for 3, and it's off the side of the glass. Look, don't underestimate how important it is to have a strong close to a quarter.
Great pass by Williams there. Michelle Onya with the catch in traffic and finish.
Well, the first of 3 quad meets this weekend in Oklahoma City. It starts Friday night, 9 Eastern on ACC Network with Clemson, NC State, Arizona, and Michigan State. Then Saturday, look at that lineup. 4 Eastern on ABC, 8 Eastern on ESPN2. Wow! The teams will be competing in 4 skills: bars, beam, vault, and floor. Is this like the best weekend of the year already?
It just might be.
NC State watched California score the final 8 points of that third quarter to take what's now a 60-54 lead after Sanaya Rivers starts the fourth quarter scoring.
Just a great high on ball for Sanaya Rivers to get downhill and do what she does at the rim.
We'd like to welcome those of you that were watching that exciting college football playoff semifinal game. Notre Dame on a last-second field goal, advancing to the national championship, knocking off Penn State. Got a good one here in the top 25 tonight. And Kayla Williams has had some of the more impressive finishes you'll see around the rim.
Goodness. gracious.
Me oh my. Oh, wow. Just so impressive finishing in the paint, Kayla Williams.
James missing strong, and a foul on Cal. It's on Noble as she holds on to Trieger.
My God, the shot clock's winding down. She just makes a play, crosses over in between two other defenders, again with her scoop finish. We saw her do it with the left hand earlier. Now she shows us
she can hang in the air and finish on the other side of the rim, no problem.
Cal up to 47% for the game as Brooks leans in, and it bounces through. NC State known for its defense. This program under Wes Moore in his 12th season, he's built this thing with his team's defensive efforts. They'll need to be at their best down the stretch to have a chance playing from behind.
he's old school. He said offense is fickle, defense and rebounds is what wins games ultimately.
Shot clock down to 5. Twydale crosses over. Rivers has the steal. Racing to the glass, falling away and missing.
Great job not fouling there by Kermili, just staying straight up.
NC State had 33 points in transition against Boston College Sunday. Cal has done a great job to get back defensively on the Wolfpack's fast breaks this game. Onya, you knew a whistle would blow, whether it be 3 seconds or a foul, and the foul goes on NC State.
Cal got really lucky there. Michelle Onya got bailed out essentially with the foul. She gets the ball in the paint right there. There's 2 defenders on her, and everyone around her is just standing and watching. No one's moving. When she gets the ball in there and gets double teamed, whoever's man that is that left her has to scream for the ball. There's got to be cuts through the paint, some type of movement. Because, I mean, she's such a great post player. She can finish around the rim, get the foul like that. But there's got to be movement
You
down
and I
there.
are literally standing here holding our tongues, not saying cut, just like as basketball players being like, someone needs to cut. So that was Jada Noble at the top of the paint. She could have cut. It was her defender and just clear out and then bring Kermili back to the top of the paint.
Well, Onya misfires on her first free throw attempt. She does have 10 points tonight, which brings her north of 900 for her career. And California takes a 7-point lead inside of 8 minutes. Brooks, the hesitation, but left it short. Onya slow to get up for Cal. Onya spoon feeds Suarez. It's been a quiet second half for the senior from Spain after posting a double-double in the first half. But Michelle Onya has found her rhythm early in this fourth quarter.
If it's not broke, don't fix it. They've gone into Michelle several possessions here in a row. She gives a jab step. Nice finish. She's feeling it right now.
Rivers baseline powers it up and puts it in, plus the foul.
With some passion, too. She's trying to put her team on her back right now. Come on. This is a great drive. Lou just got a little bit behind her. And then Sanaya ability to go through the defense and draw the contact, draw that and one, force them to call it.
A dozen for Sanaya Rivers tonight. Wes Moore told us she's the best athlete that this NC State team has grown tremendously as a scorer. You'd be hard-pressed to find a better two-way star in the country. Free throw crawls out. This remains a 7-point lead for Cal with 7 minutes to play in Berkeley. Abigor feeds Suarez underneath.
Great screen from Kayla Williams. Great pass from the freshman.
First points of the second half for Marta Suarez. She's got a team-high 16. And the Golden Bears have 4 in double figures. Trieger, quick trigger. Missed it. Rebound Noble. NC State just 6 of 18 from the perimeter. Not necessarily where they're oriented on the offensive end. Twydale. James saves it in. Right to Hayes. Williams. A flick of the wrist and a knockdown from deep.
Ooh, the flick of the wrist. A hand in Isaiah James's face is not going to stop her from shooting that basketball. I was just a little bit of light of day, and that's going out.
I was like, hand down? No, you're not really guarding me. You're not really guarding me. Put some respect on my name.
Twydale, that was partially blocked by Brooks. NC State has compiled together a nice stretch here. Back within 6. Brooks on the crossover. Trigger for 3. Book it.
Abigor's too sunk into the paint. She did not need to be that deep underneath the rim.
And that's what creates a problem. Most post players are not used to having to guard on the perimeter, and that's the advantage that Trigger can make.
As a center, we're not talking about the 4 players, we're talking about the 5.
6'3", or excuse me, 6'6".
6 quick ones for NC State. It's a 1-possession game and a reach-in foul on Brooks.
Great crossover. Abigor's just sunk way into the paint trying to help, but she was holding her own there. Tilda's hit a couple tonight, so we know she's capable.
Keep an eye on Zoe Brooks, who's being attended to behind the NC State bench. Devin Quigley has checked in here, but Zoe Brooks was asking to be taken out of the game.
She took the foul, and then coach is looking at her like, what's going on? But something. That would be a big hit for NC State.
Mealy is back for California. Noble sits. And Quigley officially in the game for NC State. Right oblique area, maybe? Right hip?
Looks like maybe she was drinking something. Could be cramping with electrolytes. Grabbing the hip, though.
Inside of 5 minutes to play. Kramili puts it in!
I mean, she gets the ball and looks straight at the defender and says, oh, okay, I'm going to shoot, your hand's not up. I mean, just so vicious, so vicious.
And Kramili's 3rd triple of the night. She's got 15. Rivers misses from the elbow. And last touched by NC State. California, one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country.
Again,
with some late 4th quarter help from the Splash Sisters.
Again, just too much space. I mean, such a good shooter, able to knock that down. Cal up 6.
Help those affected by the California wildfires in 2025. Donate at redcross.org/ESPN to help the Red Cross respond and help people recover. We send our best out to those that have been affected and those that are on the front lines fighting that terrible wildfire, among a few that are down in the Los Angeles area. Just some unimaginable pictures and videos that we've gotten from down south, and we hope we can keep your mind off those things as we play down the stretch of a really entertaining basketball game here.
We are going to be in for a ride these next 4 minutes and 37 seconds, folks.
The energy is electric, so enjoy tuning in. It's been punch for punch all game, so
NC State, first time tonight we've seen them employ this full court pressure.
Yeah.
California gets across the midcourt stripe with ease.
NC State's happy to see Brooks back in the game.
Shot clock in a single digits. Kramili across the floor. Twydale to the basket. Onya soars in and maybe rushed the putback attempt.
She jumped so high on that rebound, she could hardly land.
Well, the Golden Bears unable to take advantage of the second chance. Here's Brooks out of control. She lost it. Kramili steals it. Williams for 3. Onya again. And had it partially blocked from behind. Boy, Brooks is walking around gingerly as NC State gets it back down 6 with 3:30 to play.
Just 2 missed opportunities for Cal to score and extend this lead. So NC State still right in it.
Rivers will reset. She'll go downhill. Misses the flip. And Hayes tried to keep it alive. And it stays here.
Great job by Michelle Onya not fouling on that possession. Make Rivers finish. We know she can finish tremendously at the rim. Make her do it.
Tough to tell if maybe that went off the fingertips of Hayes after it kicked off the sneaker of Onya. James with a head of steam, and it bounces in. A soft touch from Isaiah James. She's got 19 points to lead NC State.
And that's a good look for NC State. When the ball's in Isaiah James' hands or Sanaya Rivers, good things happen. They got to continue to get the ball in their 2 guards' hands.
Onya catches inside across the lane. Noble is whacked on the way up.
Onya doing a great job again, getting the ball a little bit overthrown there, but finds Noble on the really good cut. Great hesitation with the defender coming behind. James knew she fouled her, but wanted that clean block.
And the graduate transfer from Washington. A conference foe of California the previous 4 seasons. Someone that Charmin Smith refers to as the defensive stopper of this team. She splits the free throws. Brooks missed it inside.
Another good job not fouling, because right now NC State wants to force the issue, get to the rim, draw fouls, and Cal's doing a good job keeping hands back.
And that's really an improvement for Michelle Onya, because she has dealt with foul trouble in the early part of this season. So for her to be able to stay out of foul trouble, defend, and be on the court is huge for the Golden Bears.
That is a bright spot.
Tilda Trieger picking up her 4th foul, holding Michelle Onya before the entry pass, and that puts Cal 1 Wolfpack foul away from the bonus. Golden Bears will hold for the best available shot. Up 5, approaching 2 minutes. Williams knifing inside, she lays it in.
Great high on ball screen. I think the screen was set and she rejected it, or that's the play for her to drive right down the right side.
15 for Williams. 7-point lead with 2 minutes to play. James. Onya chases it down. The Golden Bears in control of this basketball game. Flydale picked up by Rivers. Cremili turns and missed it.
Ooh, that could have been a dagger, but good job using clock by Cal, running offense. It's time. It's a game of time and score right now.
On what feels like a must-make possession for NC State. And a foul on Lulu Twydale, holding Zoe Brooks, who was trying to catch the entry pass from Tilda Trieger.
That's a great cut there by Zoe Brooks. Anytime you can shift the defense and get into the paint, good things normally happen, and that's the type of movement that this NC State team needs to get good shots in this last minute and 14.
Westmore takes a timeout. Minute 14 to play. California trying to hold on in its first ever tilt with NC State. In a year where all 5 California starters have had at least one 20-point game, you just never know who's going to step up. Tonight, it's been Marta Suarez and Ioana Cremili leading the way for Cal. Suarez did the bulk of her damage in the opening half. Cremili has found her rhythm late.
We saw Cremili get to the rim early in the first half, and then second half has knocked down some threes, but it's what makes this Cal team so dangerous, their ability to, your point, Chris, who's going to score. They don't have one player who's scoring 28 a night that you can stop them.
An imperative possession for NC State out of the Westmore timeout, and they go to their best player to get a bucket. Isaiah James up to 21. What's the approach here down 5 inside of a minute? Do you wait to foul?
It looks like they are. I would at least trap. You got to bring somebody. You can't let them just dribble the ball out here. And don't foul late. If you're not going to take the foul early, you just let the possession play out.
Valuable time winding off the ticker. Williams, dagger 3, short. Offensive rebound. Onya has been everywhere in the second half.
Onya has owned the boards in the second half.
Traeger buries the 3, and it's not over yet. 4 triples for Tilda Traeger tonight, and it's a 4-point game with 25.3 on the clock.
Good shot, Kayla Williams wide open. Michelle relentless on the rebounds. And then Tilda, another one. She's knocking it down tonight for them.
Absolutely. The post play for both teams has been really impressive. 19 points for Traeger, 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. I just cannot stress enough how impressive her all-around game is. I mean, she's a 6'6" post player that's shooting a high percentage from the 3-point line. Like, wow.
You talk about a budding star here for NC State. Tilda Traeger had come off the bench first 2 months of the season, had a season high at the time with 10 against Boston College on Sunday. She has followed that up with her first career double-double tonight, 19 points, 4 triples, quickly emerging as one of the better stretch forwards in this conference if she can do this on a nightly basis.
Exactly, and that's when you have young freshmen, you don't have the ability to have a junior and senior, so they have to learn as you grow. So your hope is through ACC play, you see what Tilda is doing. She keeps growing every single game.
Cal has now taken a timeout right after NC State stopped play. Golden Bears and Charmin Smith still have 3 timeouts in her back pocket. Michelle Onya up to 15 points, 9 boards, most of these of the second chance variety in the second half.
7 for 12 from the field. So not only has she scored the ball, she's done it efficiently. And her post position on the block around the rim. I mean, she has done a great job of showing her chest to her teammates, getting after it. And then the boards. I mean, she is just so active for this Cal team. And it's been huge. And I said it earlier, I felt like it was going to come down to the post play. We have some great guards for both teams, but the post players have been huge for Cal and NC State.
It's almost like with these teams, you know the guards are going to do what they're going to do, but who's going to be the separator?
Cremili will trigger in next to the Cal bench. Gets it in quickly to Suarez, and she's fouled by James. But Marta Suarez, a 78% free throw shooter at the line. A senior from Spain, second season at Cal after 3 years at Tennessee. First one bounces off.
So either way, it's still only a 2-possession game.
(76-71). Rivers up the floor. Finds James straight on 3. Taken by Twydale. NC State has to foul, and they do with 11.6.
Great action that NC State ran there to get James, a wide open 3 up top, but couldn't knock it down to extend the game.
What a win this would be for Charmin Smith's program as she continues to build here in year 5. The preseason pick to finish 14th among 18 teams in the ACC. About to move to 10-0 at home to start a season for the first time since the 2008-2009 campaign. Right before your time, Leisha.
I was like, wait, that wasn't us.
Right here, if you're Cal, just straight up, no foul, hands up.
It's James from the corner. Rebound, Onya. She secures the double-double. California secures the victory. Another resume win for the Golden Bears. And NC State has its 7-game winning streak snapped.
From start to finish, Cal, so impressive. I love their defensive intensity. I think that's where it started for them. They were aggressive, and they controlled the tempo of the game.
I think especially down the stretch when they needed to control the tempo, Kayla Williams had the ball in her hand. She got it where it needed to go, and they managed the game. That is a big growth area. And turnovers for Cal was another. We've seen this team have 17, 18, 19 turnovers, but they did a great job tonight keeping those turnovers low.
Second ranked win of the season for Cal as they knock off a program that was just in the Final Four less than a year ago. Big win for the Golden Bears, improving to 10-0 at home, 15-2 on the season. Charmin Smith addressing the crowd here at Haas Pavilion. And the Golden Bears are off to a 3-1 start in their inaugural ACC campaign. Fun one tonight as California beats NC State 78-71. Tune in Sunday, 2 p.m. Cal back at home, welcoming in Florida State. For Ashley Jones, Leisha Clarendon, and our entire crew, I'm Chris Sylvester. To watch this game in its entirety on replay, as well as all your ACC events on ACC Network Extra, download the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN and Cal Athletics. Good night from Berkeley.